Through the President, we can walk you through that. We can't give it to you in writing before that.
Well, okay, start walking.
I'm not sure I caught the last time.
Start walking, John. Start walking.
To the President, the total levy consists of the taxes to the county budget.
But you're not coming through.
To the President, the levy consists of the taxes raised for the county budget, county services, the pure waters districts.
Can you give me the numbers on these different items, please?
You'll have to give me a couple minutes.
I believe 5823 should answer that question. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that's what he was asking.
To the President, county services, $27,588,368.14. County tax, towns outside villages, $188,249,472.01. Within villages, $88,034,056.40. County budget in village, $15,632,878.77. Pure waters charges, $50,833,593.03. Delinquent pure waters, $14,714.24. Delinquent school taxes, $20,914,821.61. Erroneous assessments, $483,933.06. Removal of exemptions, $530,369.36. Omitted tax, $908.91. Agricultural levies, $3,844.28. Re-levy village taxes, $333,240.83. Town budgets, if you'd like me to go through them line by line, or I can give you the total for time.
Let me cut to the chase. How much is being levied for the county tax purposes?
Through the President, the number levied for county property taxes to support this budget that was approved earlier this evening is $338 million, $338,740,117.
But when we do the levy, we include an amount for uncollected taxes. How much are we grossing up the levy for the purposes of the uncollected taxes?
Through the President, that's approximately $8,700,000. And that is to support the uncollected taxes or the unpaid property taxes of school districts, towns, and villages to support, for cash flow purposes, county operations.
And of the $8.7 million through you, Mr. President, what collection rate are we assuming, or what uncollected rate, whichever way you want to say it, are we assuming?
Through the President, the collection rate we are assuming is 98.55%.
And the $8,700,000 that we're levying for unpaid taxes, I assume that's net of some kind of an assumption for collection in 2009 of 2008 taxes. How much are we assuming in 2009 we're going to collect off of the 2008 taxes?
Through the President, based on the tax lien sale anticipated for 2009, that estimated delinquent collection amount in this calculation is 0.
Through you, Mr. President, I assume we will not be selling the delinquent taxes until December, or at least very late in the year. Is that correct?
To the President, as was explained in committee meetings, there will be 2 tax sales in 2009. The 2008 tax liens will be sold in the beginning part of 2009. The 2009 tax liens will be sold the latter part of 2009.
Through you, Mr. President, I don't recall that being said in the committee meetings, but why would we, I realize we have to have the revenue in fiscal 2009. Why would we sell the 2008 liens early in the year and deny the county the opportunity to collect the money plus the interest and the penalties on them? Why would we do that?
Through the President, it is anticipated that we have collected the majority that we can collect at this point in time on the 2008 liens, and the transaction to move forward on the sale of tax liens for 2008 is in the best interest of the county at this point to do it in the early part of 2009.
Well, through you, Mr. President, isn't it true that the issuance of the tax bills on December 31st, January 2nd, triggers in some people's mind their need to pay their prior taxes, and that they then come in January and pay their prior year taxes?
Through the President, where there's nothing to signify that is what triggers the event of paying a back tax bill. It triggers the event of paying a current tax bill, but not necessarily a back tax bill. That's I can't speculate on what triggers someone to come in at this point.
I have to say this, Mr. President, that I'm somewhat aghast that we're assuming that we will not collect a penny off of the unpaid 2008 taxes before we sell the liens in 2009. It just seems incredible. And what it does is, this is not an esoteric argument. By refusing to recognize any revenue, by refusing to recognize that we will collect anything on the 2008 unpaid taxes in 2009, we are inflating, we are driving up the actual tax levy and the bills that people will receive on January 1st. The levy that people, the total amount of county taxes that people are going to be assessed on their bills is not the $338 million in the budget, it's $345 million, $346 million. Because we're adding in $8.7 million for unpaid taxes,